Welcome back, guys. So after we've spoken about CGIs, of course we have CGIs which are 3D practically. So we have CGIs. The meaning of CGI, like I said, is computer generated imagery, which refers to 3D or 2D computer graphics. So it could be 3D or 2D. Whatever we are doing here as CGIs, so we can actually define CGIs as 3D or 2D. There are different types of CGIs, like I said, so we need to reference that as well. And these are just basically 3D CGIs. If you were to get a blocky, for instance, a blocky 3D animation, you have to specify that in your prompt. Earlier on, when we were talking about prompt, we spoke about 3D animation, just 3D animation CGI. We said 3D animation character. But if you were to do this, if you were to use the type, we have different types, of which we have different types. We have blocky 3D animation, we have glitch CGI animation, we have hand-painted 3D animation, we have hyper-realistic 3D rendered animation, ray tracing lightning, as you can see right here. We have low poly 3D model, and we have pizza 3D animation. We have retro futuristic CGI animation. We have Vocel animation. So let's look at the case scenario. Let's look at one case scenario, for instance. So let's say we want to do a blocky 3D animation. We should have specified that in our prompt. So let's have something new right here. So let's have something new, a new Gemini interface, so that I can actually copy something from this, but I'm going to just change a keyword that changes the core action. So let's see this right now. So right now, let me just paste the type we want to talk about. We want to talk about blocky 3D animation. If it's to generate for glitch CG animation, you should have it specified as your keyword. If you're to generate for this, you should have it specified as your keyword. So on and so forth. So let's come back here. Let's copy this. So let's copy this right now. Want to change just one thing in this prompt. So I'm going to paste this prompt right now. So I would say I want to generate core character blocks with 4 scenarios that shows a blocky, which is very important, a blocky 3D animation character. So let's do that. So we're going to have this right now. So let's do this. We're going to have something like this. So it has a blocky 3D animation character. Okay, so let's see that. So now that's the thing I changed. So if I were to do for other types, I would have, you could actually take your ideas from here. I would have used any of these, but let's try to weigh in this very first one. So let's have this right now. So I make sure it's blocky 3D animation. So I'll just take this out. Then I'll have this sent. So let's see what the result yields right now. So we're going to have this right now, and let's see what the result yields. So we're going to come back to image effects. Of course, we've spoken about CGIs and how important CGIs are. So we're going to come right here to wait for this to generate our prompt for us. So creating a consistent blocky 3D character across different scenes is a fantastic approach. Yes. So let's see what we have. So you have your core character identity, which is right here. So I would say you could see these are different challenges you will face, but right now you have to make sure they are in sentences. So let's say the prompt should be in sentences. The prompt should be in sentences, combining the visuals, facial features, geometry into a sentence. Yes, that is very important. They should be in sentences, not this way, so that the image generation tool or the image generator would understand it. And scenario 2, okay, combining, yes, in a sentence, same as the scenario prompt, combine the attire, environment, and lightning into one sentence, which is some of the things you face when you face things like this. Ensure they are in sentences so that it changes the whole like scenario and prompt. So let's have that. Let's change it to sentences. Let's see what the results will be. So we can have sentences instead of this type of style, because it's going to get our image generator confused. So we have to just state that it has to be in sentences. So now we have the core character identity, which we have this right now. So I'm going to copy this right away. So let's see what the blocky 3D animation looks like. So you could see right here, it says blocky 3D visual style character. Yeah, that's the keyword. So let's create that right now. So that's what we have right now. So I'm going to have the core character created that way. That's our core character for that. Then we can have the scenario inputted. So we have the base character, of course. So we have here. So this is the base character. As you could see, it says wearing a smart casual deep button and this. It is a first scenario. So what I would have done is to have this base character, of course. Then we have the wearing. Okay, so we have something like this. So let's see what we have right now. So we're going to have something like this. So you could see initially from here, scenario A, everything looks good. So I'm going to have something like this. So we have the core character. So let's see. You could see this is a blocky animation, and I know you've seen this type of animation before. So it depends on your keyword. So we have this, and it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. So here we have the character itself and in a blocky animation style. So we could actually use that as well, depending on what you want to do. So I could have my full prompt right here, since I have the blocky animation and this. So let's have a full scenario prompt. So that is how to get different types. If you were to get different types, you don't want to go plain and you want to work on a different animation projects depending on the animation you want to work on. I know some animation lovers would love to explore different types. So you could see right now this same character now in another scene, and this is a different scenario right here. So these are to create constant character, which we've spoken about, and some audios you could face and how to solve them. So basically that is that. So if you are to change your 3D style, you just take any of these keywords. So these are your keywords for CGIs. So you could take any of these keywords to generate different types of CGIs. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.